So now I'm going to feather out this bottom here to make it look kind of streamlined. But there's something that we have to do first before we can erase. And let me show you what will happen if I go ahead and erase right now. We're going to increase the size. Hardness is all the way down. As I erase, you're still having the outer glow remain wherever you're erasing, and that's not going to look good. That's not what I want it to do. So we're going to undo that. Before we can erase, we're going to right click. We're going to convert to a smart object. Then do this option. And now we can erase. So we're just going to do kind of a very light erase here. And that's all. I'm going to go down to the star layer and remove some of these stars so it stays black. I'm going to create another layer, place it beneath the star layer, and I'm just going to color it black. So now we see that this column extends all the way down, and that looks nice and clean. Now what I also want to do is kind of feather out the side here of these stars. So make sure you have the star layer selected. So that looks good for now. I'm going to export it again and see what it looks like. So now I'm going to do the right side. I'm going to go in here to my right. I'm just going to make a little designation here with this new layer. I'm just going to, so I can know that's my right. I'm going to turn back on the guideline. I also just want to show you the other side. I'm going to turn on the guideline, and you can kind of see how it stays pretty close to that red side with just a little bit of feathering. And also pay attention that I've tried to kind of blend similar layers in with each other. So these are all kind of sort of green and brown. And then this kind of has some blue. I try to, so it kind of seems like it's almost seamless or almost runs into each other. These also have some clouds. So, these 3, 4 pictures that all have clouds kind of blend in with each other. So it kind of makes a nice effect. Now we can see how this sort of seamlessly blends in with each other because they're both sort of red. And now this moves down into blue. And the next layer was going to be kind of a bluer image. So we're going to kind of blend all these in together on the right side now. So I'm going to pause the video again and just try to Photoshop some more images onto the right column. And then I'll resume at a later time and show you what I've done. So now I'm back, and as you can see, I've completed the right side. So as I did with the other side, I just imported the images, resized them, and then blended them so they would kind of fit each other. They have very kind of similar colors in between them. Not all of them, blend perfectly, but it looks okay. So now here I've reached the bottom of the comment section. So now what I want to do is I want to export this and check it out in YouTube to see how this comment section corresponds with the proper length and how it all fits in together. So we can see this is pretty good. It's got a little bit extra space, so if I receive a little bit longer of a comment, you know, it will fill out a little bit. And, you know, also it might shrink too. If I go back in time, I can see that some of the comments, you know, become a little bit smaller. And that's okay. You know, this is going to fluctuate, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that. So I'm going to go ahead and just fix this edge like I did down here. And then I'm going to finish off with my logo in this space here. As we did with the info column, we're going to have to create a smart object and then bring it back, and then we can clear this out. Now I've already imported my little logo here, so this is the first part with the gas. I'm just going to make sure this blends and looks okay. So that looks good enough, and then I'm just going to turn on my logo. So that looks good. And then also at the top, I have another logo that I've placed right here. So this is pretty much the finished product here. So now I'm going to export this again. And here we see that the size is about 400 kilobytes. We're going to bring that up. YouTube says it can only do about maybe like 600, but if you keep it under a meg, it will upload. So this is probably about as far as you want to go, and the quality is at a 9, so it's going to keep a pretty high quality image for you, and it's going to look good once you upload it. So try to keep it around this size. Here we go. We can see that this logo looks pretty centered. Kind of try to pay attention to where the lines are and in relation to these objects here, depending on how many things. I just have my playlist, but if you had, you know, favorites and then so on, uploads, then you might want to be careful of what kind of logo you put here or how big it's going to be. But for me, I just have my playlist, so this looks okay. So we can see this fits in pretty well together. And if we go back here to the first comment, you can see that it's okay. Now I'm going to zoom out. We can see that this looks, you know, fairly okay. It's not perfect, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it looks okay. But, you know, if someone were to come and it was very far zoomed out, you know, it wouldn't just be like cut off. It would kind of be faded with some stars, and then those stars fade out. So if you were to go further back, you know, the stars just don't cut off. It's sort of faded out now, and then it's just black. If I were to add further channel recommendations, this would get longer, but this here would stay how it is. I wouldn't be able to extend this background any further. This is the cutoff. So remember what I told you at the beginning of the video, you can't go any further than this. If you try to extend it beyond this point, you would mess up where all these boxes lie. This formatting would get disrupted, and it wouldn't look the same. The video would be off-centered, and it wouldn't look like this. But if you keep it zoomed in at about this level, you can see that everything looks pretty clean here, and all the boxes fit together perfectly. You know, and when you open up this as well, you can see that this scroll bar looks pretty good. You go here, this scroll bar looks pretty good. So it's all perfectly formatted. And if you follow my instructions, you should be able to produce something very similar to this. You know, you can find whatever images you want and put them here. You can change the color of the boxes. Virtually anything is however you want to do it. I hope you found this tutorial informative, and hopefully you can produce your own YouTube background from this. You know, feel free to take whatever ideas you can from this and produce your own. You don't have to do exactly what I did. I'm sure there's other ways of producing a YouTube background. This is just the way that I do it. If you know of a better way to produce a YouTube background, please send me a video response or leave comments in the video section so other people can see those responses and kind of get some ideas from that as well. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have a great holiday and a happy new year. And I'll see you next time. Take care.